We got Applebee's tonight. I know it's backwards. Don't come at me. You know, no edits, no whatever. I just do what I do. Applebee's. $15.80 for this item. What is the item? Well, it's brand new, I guess. And there was something about it that intrigued me. So this is the new spicy honey mustard chicken sandwich from Applebee's. And what really caught me off guard, not off guard, but what really intrigued me was the mustard portion of it. I'm a big fan of mustard. It's one of my favorite condiments, right? And so I said, I wonder what that's like. I wonder what that's going to be like from a big chain restaurant. Applebee's. It's your neighborhood. What do they call it? Or is that Chili's? I don't know. One of them. It's your neighborhood spot, whatever. So new spicy honey mustard chicken sandwich. Crispy hand-breaded chicken breast topped with 2 strips applewood smoked bacon on a brioche bun with shredded lettuce, tomato, pickles, and spicy honey mustard for the perfect amount of heat, served with classic fries. I would surmise that you could change the fries out if you wanted to. I don't know. I didn't. Let's just get the fries. I feel like fries. And like I said, $15.80. Picked it up. There she is. Oh, they gave me ranch. I didn't ask for it. Now, I did ask for an extra side of the spicy honey mustard because I want to dip my fries in it. But as per usual, I want to try the spicy ingredient on the item alone when I can. And that's what we have here. For a mustard, it's a little bit liquidy. It's a little bit runny. And that kind of makes sense given that it's a honey mustard, right? So, fair enough. Hope y'all are having a good day. I don't know. I don't know much about this. Okay. So it's got the sauce on there. There's a strip of bacon. There's another strip of bacon on here right there. Big old patty. There's a little bit of that honey mustard sauce on there. But again, there's fucking barely any sauce on this. Check this out if I can get it out of here. I mean, it's all crammed in there quite a bit, but... That's all the sauce that's on that. This tomato looks pitiful. The lettuce looks wilted and just not that good. But hey, it's got all the ingredients, right? Okay. Pickles are on there. Yeah, I don't know about this. It doesn't look like the best item, but hey, it is what it is. The main thing was I wanted to try this mustard. Just see exactly. It smells like something I've had before, but we'll fry. Let's try this. It doesn't have the same consistency as what you would think with most mustard. It's a little bit more liquidy. You get hit with that sweet right up front, but then right after that, there is like a savory note to it. I don't know if I'd call it spicy, but I guess that's what that is. As you can see, there's little bits and pieces in here of something. That sauce is really reminded me of something, but I can't pinpoint it. I've never really had Chick-fil-A, but a couple of times some coworkers have gotten Chick-fil-A for the store and whatnot, and I've partook a few times over the years, and maybe it's very similar to that Chick-fil-A sauce, maybe. It's also kind of reminiscent, if you guys remember a place called Arctic Circle. That's dating myself, but that's way back. I mean, I was just a young buck. But it's kind of reminded me of that sauce a little bit. Anyways, let's get to this sandwich. Let's see what we're working with. It's a big old chicken breast on there. So there again, there's the sandwich. You can't see the pickles. Well, maybe you can, right? Yeah, there's a pickle, tomato. Very thin sliced, just kind of a wilted fucking tomato, wilted lettuce. None of that looks all that appetizing. Let's give this a bite, though. Two decent bites in, and all I can taste is chicken, fried chicken. The breading seems to be pretty nice on the chicken. The chicken seems to be somewhat tender and okay, and of decent quality, decent flavor. I'm not a big chicken guy or chicken sandwich, even though I've reviewed quite a few now. Because that just seems to be what's out there as far as spicy items is the chicken deal. But it's nothing to really write home about. I can't taste that sauce at all on this burger yet, or this sandwich yet. The bacon adds a little bit of texture, but it's kind of the same texture that the breaded chicken is doing. So gives it a little more crunch there. We've cooked the bacon the way that I like my bacon. Kind of crispy, a little overdone. But I haven't tasted pickle yet. I can't really taste any tomato. There's a little pickle finally. We're halfway through the thing. I'm not a big fan of Applebee's. I went because I was intrigued by the idea of having the mustard on the sandwich. So let's start using some of it and see if we can't make it a little better. Like I said, there was just barely any of this on this fucking thing, right? It's like you guys gotta, like the spice on that, this stuff right here, the spice on this is so low. It's so low, if it's even there. I'm not even detecting it. Let's just be honest about it. So why do you not put enough on there? Like, I'm struggling right now, having a hard time understanding how anybody would find that sauce too hot or too spicy. And that was one of the better bites. Because it fucking had the sauce on there. I mean, I don't know. Now, again, I get the whole idea of order your sandwich with extra sauce, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have to be honest with you. You know, I mean, there should be enough on the sandwich itself that you get a bite of it in every fucking bite. I'm sorry, I'm cussing a little more than normal here. But the more I'm just thinking about it and eating this thing, the more it's making me a little upset, you know? It's a pretty tasty sauce. Combine this sauce with the chicken flavor, and when you get a bite of pickle, it's really nice. It's really something good. I don't taste tomato at all, but again, the tomato they put on here was so weak. I don't know. Is this sauce really that spicy to certain people? And if it is, God bless you, right? Like, I don't mean to come across as insensitive to spice levels and stuff to other people, because everybody's different, right? I get that. I've built my tolerance up decently over the years, but it ain't nothing fucking great. And this is just, I mean, there's really no spice to it at all. It's just like a savory black pepper note on the back end of a creamy, liquidy, honey-based, sweet kind of condiment. But I can tell you this. The first 6 bites I took, without adding extra sauce here, was far worse of a sandwich until I started adding more sauce to each and every bite. So again, these items that these places are coming up with are great, and we appreciate it, and it's all good. But you gotta lather the sandwich with it. I'm afraid, had I not ordered the sauce on the side and tried it and had it, I would have never tasted it. That's how little was on here. You know? And that's a disappointment when the whole fucking key ingredient to, or the concept of the new item is that sauce. The sandwich is getting much better on the back end. again, that's the only spread on the sandwich. And if they don't put enough of it on there, what are we? You're eating a very dry sandwich. Those first few bites were just not appetizing at all. By adding more of this, it's become a decent sandwich, and I'm kind of liking it now. But if you get this sandwich, just make sure you order some extra sauce. Get you a side, whatever. You're going to need it. You're going to want it. And for somebody that finds, you know, if you find a true habanero sauce way too much for you, this is a walk in the park. If you find Tapatio to just be a little bit too much for you, this is a walk in the park. I mean, that's how very little, I believe, spice is really on this. But the overall flavor of the sauce, again, it pairs really well with the other ingredients. So the conception of this, besides being not spicy at all, was done pretty well, right? The honey, the overall flavor of that sauce. Pairs really nice with the sandwich itself and the other ingredients. Now that I've made a mess here, it's a big sandwich. That was a nice thick piece of chicken breast. Again, there's nothing special to that chicken, but it was fried really well. It was crispy. It was juicy and tender on the inside. The bacon was cooked to my liking. It was a little bit crispy and a little bit smoky, and a little bit burnt. You know, I like it that way. I know some people don't. The tomato needs a lot of work. The lettuce needs a lot of work. I didn't even taste the tomato one at all throughout the entire sandwich. It was there, but it was about that thin, wilted, whatever. I would not go out of my way to get this again, ever. But for a one-time deal and for this purpose, I'm okay with it and I'm satisfied. It just, again, the amount of sauce that was in this cup, which even this cup wasn't all the way full. You know, it had less than what this ranch cup has in it. And that's okay. But the amount that was in that when I started is the amount of sauce that that sandwich needs just right out the gate. You know, we shouldn't have to ask for more. We shouldn't have to, it should just be like that amount on there. And again, I'm having a hard time believing that we're not doing that, or that Applebee's isn't doing that because it's too spicy and that some people are going to whatever. You know what I mean? I just, if your tolerance for spice is super low, and that's great and that's cool, but you enjoy hot sauce and you enjoy whatever, fucking A, go get this thing. Don't order it any extra. Don't order it like I'm telling you to. Just order it the way I did, and take those first few bites without adding more of this, and tell me that that's too spicy for you. I don't think so. Anyway, we'll see y'all in the next one.